Hey, everybody, this is Dr. J. Spike, Arjun, Kamal, streaming live
Hello,
from
everybody.
New York, where the weather is really
Hello.
like spring came out of nowhere this year, right, guys?
Yeah, it really did. It's starting to get warmer up here.
Yeah. So you're
It's,
still in
it's
Pittsburgh?
April is a mixed month.
Are you still in Pittsburgh? Or are you back in New Hampshire?
I'm back in New Hampshire. Yeah, we just got solar panels installed yesterday, so exciting times.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just in time for the sun.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this has been a topsy-turvy market. I never seen so many prognosticators calling for both extremes: crash to 3,000 or SPX, or rally to 7,500. I'm hearing everything and everything, every number in between.
Yeah.
There was a solid consensus before, like the beginning of the year, that we'd have an up year, and numbers like 7,500 was common. Now, about a month ago, it started swinging the other way. Nobody was talking up; everyone was talking down, and now they're talking every which way.
Yeah. No,
I
it's
think,
definitely
I think, Dr. J, I think everybody's going to be right eventually.
That's true.
That the Andy Warhol 15 minutes.
it's always safe to say we're going to go up because we will eventually. But yeah, what I thought was interesting is the 50-day moving average on the S&P. The first time it had crossed below the 200 since the cross below about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
So that was
2022.
yeah. So that's definitely notable. What I've been sort of seeing is the 20-day moving average. Anytime it starts to approach that, it seems to lose steam. So I think in the short term, it's pretty safe to. I've been shorting at that level in small, like 2% of my holdings, and basically riding this wave down. I think last time we talked, we mentioned that this W pattern is a possibility. So you draw this down, come back up, maybe go down one more time, and then head up as high as Omar is saying 700, but maybe not that high, maybe somewhere in the 600s.
I think Omar is one of those 750 people, actually.
You said it depended on what the leg down ended up doing.
Yeah.
If the leg down is extreme, then we'll see it bounce.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then the other thing I was seeing, why does it always do this? Hold on, sorry. Yeah, here we go. The other thing I've been keeping an eye on is this 200 week, which I still have a feeling we have a date with that at some point. So I'm short-term bearish, medium-term pretty bullish.
I think I'm short-term, between the lines. I don't think we're going to break out. I don't think we're going to dip.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna basically go sideways. Chop is the right term.
Yeah,
I believe if Trump and the U.S. and China make a deal or make this tariff issue go away, the market will be bullish like crazy.
Oh yeah, if that happens, for sure.
I mean, this could happen overnight, because people are really frustrated. I mean, like many people I speak to are lost so much in their 401ks, they lost so much in their portfolio. People are really upset. They want this thing to stop, this tariff war to stop.
Well,
yeah.
he did stop the bleeding by calling for that pause.
Yeah, but what's going to happen after 90 days?
Right. I mean, people are looking for stability. They're looking for, assurances.
Yeah, I think that we're far from any assurances, but you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, he can change his mind in the blink of an eye in either direction. It's too chaotic. I agree with Kamal. I mean, we need stability.
I think we're going to have very little movement for that 90-day period. That's what I think. Chop.
I I think in the 90-day period will be between these two lines. That's kind of where I'm thinking this goes. I think we'll slowly chop down to the lows because it'll just be boring, but there'll be no reason to get bullish. And then I think from there we'll probably go back up again. But yeah, I mean,
The bargain hunters will step in.
Yeah, until we close above this 20, I'm continuing to just think that we'll slowly trickle down. That's my guess.
We're in earnings season. Do you think surprises will enter the picture? They always do. I mean,
It's more about warning for the next quarter than it is about the earnings. I'm sure the earnings will be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be guidance that I think is going to drive a lot of this. I agree. Because I think Q1, nothing's going to be a disaster, but yeah, the guidance is crucial, and the guidance is largely driven by tariffs. I mean, I think like with Apple, for example, right? The first time people start to see iPhone prices go up to maybe 4 digits, that might wake people up.
yeah, yeah. Delta Airlines reported after the close, or United, one of them.
Yeah.
And I think the guidance was very strange. There was the base case. They gave two cases. Base case, something like $11 to $13, and if recession, 7 to 9.
Yeah.
I never heard of that before. You know.
Right.
And that's very.
How do you know while you're in the middle of it?
Yeah,
Sure.
well, we could be in it right now, according to Larry Fink, right?
Yeah, I saw you listed QQQ here. It's interesting. This basically has the same pattern where you're shorting the 20-day. I mean, it's moving in lockstep pretty much with the S&P.
You said the weekly looked a little more bullish to you?
Let's look at the weekly on the Qs. Maybe. I mean, it looks like we're in no man's land, kind of.
We could get as high as an all-time high and then back off. It's possible. Or come back down and then zoom up again. But I think we're going to play between the recent low and the recent high.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable range for.
It's a big range. It's a big range.
402 to 468 here. Yeah, I'm right now, since we're at the top of the range, I think it's a little bit too early to go back in with any sizing. I haven't really been buying much this week.
And if you look at btc.x, it really looks like in the middle, hugging the middle of the range.
Yeah.
I see.
Talk about a stock that doesn't know what to do.
To around 90,000.
I'm more bullish Bitcoin than any of the S&P and the Qs, and I think the reason is it should eventually decouple from those. I think it's moved too in lockstep with the Qs. It's been risk on, risk off, but I think eventually people are going to see it as a little bit more independent of those.
Well, it's been highly correlated, like 87.5% or something.
It has.
Yeah, but why?
Because it's just another risk asset. People don't understand what it is.
It is until it isn't. I'm still waiting for the day that it maybe operates.
I mean, who's causing this volatility in Bitcoin? It's really not extreme. It's between 74,000 and 110,000. That's the recent low and the recent high, right? But who's causing it to move between those 2 points? And I think it's the recent investor in Bitcoin, not the old god so much.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, this chart I think looks more bullish than the other charts for sure. It established pretty reasonably strong base there, which correlates with the high from 2024. And you can see the 50-day. The 50-day is still the 200's in an upslope. The 50 went below it, but I mean, we're still looking pretty strong overall.
Did you see how when you had that negative cross between the 50 and the 200, how it dropped?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it did drop quite a bit, and I mean, this where it stopped is not coincidental. I think that was the
Yeah,
high.
the old ceiling is the new floor.
Exactly. Yeah, and let's look at the weekly. Why not? Just because I mean, with Bitcoin, yeah, you can see how it bounced really nicely off the 50-week. So I mean, I
Oh,
like
so
this.
the 50-week looks like a very good support actually. The
It
past,
does.
It does.
past year or so.
The 50-week looks almost like an auto buy for Bitcoin for the most part. When it goes below it, it seems to recover above it nicely. So yeah, I mean, I'm continuing to be fairly bullish Bitcoin, and I think in the next 4 years, one of my predictions is that it's gonna operate a little more independently of the S&P and the Qs.
I think that's very likely as well. I think, though, before the year is up, if in fact by summer, um, let's see, is that would take us to the 90 days. I think at some point around that time, it'll break out.
I think so too. Yeah, yeah. But you have because we have fairly strong support down here. I think I'm buying dips on Bitcoin more so than any of the other indices.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey Andrew. So what do we have next? MSTR, always fun to look at because
Yeah.
it's like Bitcoin on steroids, basically.
Yep. Kamal's going to get wealthier from MSC.
I'm not right now. I'm like under. I'm in deep red.
You're in deep doo-doo?
Yes, like everyone else probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean with MSTR, you similar type of thing here. You bounce off the 50-week, looks to be pretty strong support there. Let's look at the daily instead of the weekly because it's probably a little more interesting. Yeah, I mean, I really like the base that it established at the 200-day moving average. It's been bouncing off that 1, 2, 3 times. And the 50 days.
It's got to break that big peak. It breaks that big peak, it'll break out.
Well, remember the 200-day is sort of like the 50-week in a way.
It is sort of, yeah. And the 50-day for this is actually above the 200. So that shows that it's probably a little bit more bullish right now than some of the indices we've been looking at. Higher lows, which is nice.
I've been buying it on any and all dips.
Yeah, I think similar to Bitcoin, if this goes down to the 200-day, you buy it.
Wolf is disappointing. It's not doing as
Very
well.
much so.
Yeah, let's take a look at Wolf, then we'll look at some of the big ones, nvda, Apple, etc.
Yeah.
And then our guests are welcome to chime in with requests. I haven't seen any yet.
Cabinet guy is talking TGTX. He's making money.
Okay, yeah, let's look at that.
Because I cashed mine in,
Is this Wolf right here?
This is Wolf. I mean, this looks to be pretty strong support. We'll see what it does here, but
it's finally trying to put in a bottom.
I know.
Yeah.
I keep on looking for bargain prices, and then it goes lower.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to buy some of this after the show because I
think that's a very, very good price.
Yeah, I trust these levels. Like maybe
it could be rock bottom. It could be.
Yeah, I think absolute bottom would be $2, and I'm willing to personally make that bet that it won't go much lower than this. This looks okay.
Kamal, you still convinced you get you $6 for this?
I think so. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean it was at $6 not 3 months ago. But I mean, as Bitcoin and MSTR go, this goes. So we'll see.
Well, Kamal, you recently bought some Mara, right? Which is
yes, I did. Like 1020, 1025, something like that.
Mm-hmm. How's that doing?
It's doing better
Okay.
than Wolf.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Mara and then NVIDIA, then Apple, then TGTX. Yeah, Mara, I mean, it's also establishing, maybe it established a floor there. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm hoping I did the right thing because I sold my gold stocks at a profit, but not this. Subsequently, they went higher over recent days, and I've been swapping into more and more Bitcoin. So we'll see over time whether I did the right thing.
yeah. I mean, this chart's not as nice as some of the others, but it still looks to be near local lows, which is good. I think the 50-day is the problem. Every time it hits that recently, it seems to come right back down. So it needs to make that the floor.
Yeah,
So the S&P did not close below with the 50 crossing the 200, did it?
It crossed down a few days ago.
But only intraday, right?
No, it's below.
Oh, it is below?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's below the
That's
50.
that's a little scary, really.
It is. I think you short the 20-day is sort of what I've been doing. Let's look at what did you want? NVIDIA, I think you had. I mean, NVIDIA should probably look like the Qs, yeah. But similarly, I mean, where it turned looks to be really, really strong support. So, I mean, if it comes back,
just a few weeks ago, you could have picked it up in the 80s.
yeah, if it comes back down there, I'll be buying it. But I still don't like the lower highs. I mean, you can see here, you can draw this trend line.
The upper trend line, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think from here down is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not perfect.
It's got a
but
very
something like
strong,
that.
very strong negative trend line.
It does. But you know, I mean, I think in the next
The chart
in
looks
the next
broken.
90 days.
The chart looks broken, but
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not selling any, and I've been adding on drops.
Yeah, I think adding on drops makes some sense. This floor that it established there is very strong.
Lately, the charts on the Mag 7 and all the others, big name large caps, megas, have been terrible charts, and I keep buying I'm buying as it goes down because I have confidence that in the long run, or not that long run, it'll come back, all of them.
Yeah,
So Mag 7 to me is a buy, all of them.
I think so too. Apple is not my favorite chart out of these, though. I think it still has some room to go down before I'd like to buy any Apple. Yeah, I'm more interested in other stocks right now than Apple, personally.
Well, yeah.
How's your IMPUI doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. IMPUI, I'm up a good bit. Platinum's done quite well. SBSW too. So the metals seem to be doing well for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's look at TGTX, I think was requested.
Yeah, that's Cabinet Guy's favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I remember charting this one. This is beautiful. Really nice chart. One of the few charts that seem to just be
It's
healthy
defying gravity. It's defying gravity.
Yep. I mean, it's just like a perfect up.
You wouldn't believe it's a biodrec.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, anytime it hits the 50-day, it seems to just be going right back up, and very bullish chart. Nice. Yeah, I don't own enough of this, but I have some thanks to Cabinet Guy.
I sold mine, took my profit. I don't remember what number I sold it at, but I'm sure it's higher now.
I might look to buy more. I mean, if this continues, like,
what's the price?
It's like 39. I mean, I'll buy dips here because I don't see any evidence that this is bearish at all. It looks great.
39 is about what I sold it at, I think.
It's just such a nice trend. These are like charts that I don't see often anymore.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful chart.
And then, Riot, I think, was requested by
Yes. Linus.
Chester.
Another miner.
What is this?
Yeah. This
Oh,
one's
yeah,
similar,
right, blockchain, right.
Bitcoin
similar
miner.
to Mara, right? Similar. I mean,
Well,
this is a very...
I'm glad I sold GPRK and bought Mara with the proceeds.
Nice. Yeah, this one looks to be at a pretty strong support level as well. Could be looking at like a double bottom here from 2024. Yeah, I might nibble at this too. I think this might go back up shortly.
They're all at critical junctions because if it goes below that support level, it could drop substantially.
It's true, yeah. I like the odds from here, though. I like the odds.
Well, it looks like it's trying to put in a double bottom, triple bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I'll look at the platinum plays just because we haven't looked at them in a while. But yeah, IMPUY and Sibanye Stillwater have been doing quite well for me. Basically just buying dips, higher lows, which I like. This stock I'm a really big fan of. I haven't sold much of it at all recently. Yeah, it seems to be putting in a nice trend there. And I mean, there is a ceiling here. Like, I think it's going to be really tough for this to break above 7, but you can sell the 7s and then rebuy anytime it gets back down to this trend line. It seems to be doing quite well overall. So I'm still in this, fully invested. Any other requests? I can do 1 or 2 more if you guys have any that you want to look at.
IBM is an interesting tech.
It really is.
Yeah, I have some because of you guys, but yeah, the chart looks...
I trimmed a little bit recently. I don't know why. I guess I wanted to take whatever little profits I had left.
It's a nice chart.
I understand that feeling because I think that's the main reason I closed my gold mine was to grab some profits.
Yeah, it seems to be quite good, though. I mean, anytime it touches this 200, it's bounced right back up. Maybe you don't want to buy this at this very moment, but soon it might be a buy.
It's been extremely well behaved over the last couple of years.
Yeah. I think
This is one of my favorites.
This range here that I'm drawing is pretty interesting. I'm kind of looking to maybe buy it at the lower end of this range, not buy it quite yet because it seems to be trending down. But yeah, as long as these lows hold on the next dip, 220s, I think this is good. This is good play. And
one more of interest. Let's see. Actually, there's a lot more of interest. Let me pick a good one. How about TLT interest rates?
Oh yeah.
The bond market.
It's still hanging in the high 80s for the last little while.
It is a combination of 10-year and 30-year.
Yeah, I mean the base that it's putting.
Is this the weekly or the daily, Arjun?
This is the daily. This double bottom here is quite interesting. You might want to turn bullish here pretty soon, if not now.
The yield is nice also.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a pretty wide range. I mean, you could even swing this one potentially.
So does this usually return at around what the rates are of the bond? Or is it sort of fixed on a fixed return?
No, it changes according to the price at TLT.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I might even buy a little bit of this. I feel like right now is a good
You got
time.
to keep in mind what you're buying with TLT. You're buying the 10-year and the 30-year to go long.
Right.
Right.
Rates to come down.
Yeah.
So just as long as you understand what you're buying, you know, I think it's worth having some part of your portfolio in bonds.
I agree. I think my takeaways from today and this past month are it's never been better to be diversified across a bunch of different stuff, because I'm no longer bullish any one particular thing. I think there's too much uncertainty.
Right. So if you're bullish in different asset classes, it helps balance the portfolio.
Mhm.
So if you're bullish bond market, if you're bullish gold, if you're bullish Bitcoin, at least it gives a little balance. Real estate, maybe real estate REITs.
Yeah.
Well, personal, not commercial.
All right, I'll stop sharing. I think that. Oh yeah, it's 5 o'clock, so I got to stop soon.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
What did I do?
There we go. We're back.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming, and everybody subscribe or tell your friends about us. Give us a like, and don't do as we do. Don't do what we do as we don't. Do what you think.
Don't listen to us except to make jokes.
Due diligence.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Bye, all.
Thanks
Adios.
so much, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.